Cord on this computer. Good evening, lovely ladies. It is so good to see you once again for another weekly team call. I have like brain overload with all of the things that I wanted to talk to you about today. The first thing that I wanted to talk about was obviously the kudos, and it's coming out. It's the pigments. They're going out of style at the end of the month. Not just out of style, but out of stock, so you won't be able to order them anymore. So if there are pigments that are your personal favorites, it might be a good time to go ahead and stock up, especially with the kudos. You get yourself a brush. I know that there are women out there, other people in their VIP groups that are breaking those up. So if somebody wanted 2 or somebody wanted, 1, they're doing like a just breaking up those 6 so that people can get the colors that they specifically want without having to, they get the price cut for the kudos because it's at a discounted price. So that's a really fun way to do it. You can offer it up. That's what I did last month with the splash kudos. I broke them up because most ladies just wanted 1 or 2 of the new colors. They didn't want 3, and so I was able to sell 4 or 5 more kudos by breaking them up that way. And it's just another way to boost your business, to get your PRS up, and make sure that you are hitting your numbers and staying qualified every month. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was I posted about this. I made a video about it, about doing flash sales and using your Y Cash and your half offs for to boost your PRS. And without going all the way back into that and rehashing it, I just want to share with you guys that I applied everything that I talked to you guys about. I did it on Friday night, and from Thursday night to Friday night, I sold $2,500 in sales. And so that's actual PRS, not just like what I sold. I probably sold closer to $5,000 because I was giving 50% off discounts to everybody. So it's a great way to really boost your sales. I ended the month with almost $5,000 in personal sales, which is, I mean, insane. It's just stupid insane. I don't even know what I'm doing with myself. 30 boxes showed up at my house today, and I'm like, wow, this is like overload. But if you're looking for something that works, it does. I've tried it. It works. I'm not selling you, a story. It's for reals. Works. I just wanted to say that. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about July. So July might feel like it's the middle of the summer. People are on vacation. There are a lot of amazing things that you can focus on in July. One of the creative things that you can do in your VIP group is you could do a Christmas in July event. So if you were already thinking about hosting parties or doing something like that, you could do Christmas in July, where maybe you do like a Black Friday, just like all of the things that generate a lot of excitement around Christmas time to get people to buy. You could do a Black Friday and then a Christmas in July. You could do a Cyber Monday. Those are all things that are done around the holidays to kind of boost sales. And then that would be a great way to maybe try and like do something different. I know other presenters I've seen, they're doing the popsicles, and the popsicles are just like the leprechauns and just like the Valentine's Day hearts and just like the Easter bunnies. It's, you break up something and everybody buys a number, buys what product that's behind the number, and it's basically a popsicle instead of a bunny for Easter. Right? So it's just the novelty of the month. And you could try it. I don't know. I don't really do those, but I do other kinds of like sales, and those work for me. But it's just something that I wanted to put out there in case you wanted to try it in your VIP group. And then lastly, the main thing that I wanted to talk about was branding and really developing a presence on social media that allows people to connect with you. And that is the most that is the number one missing thing that I feel like when I watch people, when I see other presenters, I just don't feel connected to them. I don't know anything about them. I don't know what they're about, what they're into. And so there's no like chemistry between me and them. And so I don't follow them. I follow the people that I feel like I would want to hang out with. Right? I would want to totally hang out with so-and-so because she looks, well, one, she's gorgeous. Two, she loves makeup like I love makeup. Three, she's into fitness and yoga, and that's what I'm into. And so that's how you want to really think about branding yourself. How do you create this online presence that makes you feel like a real person? And what I would like you to think about is 3 things that you are just like you love to do. 3 hobbies. Maybe it's working out. Maybe it's cooking. Maybe you love knitting, or I don't know, like maybe you play a musical instrument or something like that. And I would like you to begin to post about one of those hobbies at least once a day. Maybe your hobby is drinking wine. I mean, you might not want to post about that every single day because people might think you have a problem. But by posting about you drinking wine or a picture of you and your wine glass out on the deck, you're connecting with all the other wine drinkers out there, right? You're saying, I'm just like you. And when people feel like you are just like them, they're going to open up to you a little bit more. They're going to be more receptive to what you have to say. Okay, so I post a variety of things, and I have the 3 hobbies, right? So that's why I said have 3 hobbies, because if one of them is drinking wine, you don't want to post about drinking wine every single day. So maybe your 3 hobbies, I'll just tell you what mine are so that we know. These are the 3 things that I use to connect with people: my love of food, my love of yoga, and my love of like drinking drinks. Okay, so I filter those in my daily posts. They get one of those every single day. It might be several. Some days I'll do a food and a yoga post, or, a food and a wine post, or, something like that. So those are, to me, more important than the salesy posts. Those to me are more important than the look of the day, right? Because no one cares what you look like today if they don't like you. So creating a brand, creating an online presence that makes you become a real life person is going to be crucial to your online success, where people start to follow you, where they start sharing your videos, where they start reaching out to you and wanting to host parties without you soliciting them first. It's because they like you. I hear it all the time. People will say things like, oh, I'm friends with a lot of unique presenters, Marie, but you're my favorite because you're just so real and you're just so funny and you're just so normal. It's not like you're trying to sell me anything. It just feels like we're just talking when I'm on my live. And so for me, that's a huge compliment, because that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be scripted. I'm not trying to be phony. I'm trying to be a real life person. Right? And so that's why when I went live in my VIP group to give away the prize for the flash sale, I was crying. Like, maybe some people would feel like crying in your VIP group is lame, but I was so touched that I had 35 orders in that flash sale, that all of those people bought from me, and it made me emotionally vulnerable. And by letting them see that, right? Instead of shielding myself off and going and like being all emotional in my house all by myself, I let them see that. And by letting them see my emotions and how much their order affected me and meant to me, now I've tugged on their heartstrings, and now they're going to be even more loyal, because now they really know how much it means to me, because they saw me cry like a little baby. Okay? So it's all about not even creating, because you already are who you are, but it's letting everyone else know you are who you are. Like, I know Paige and I were just talking earlier, she suffers from vitiligo and some other things. I think talking about that is totally fine, because what you're going to do is you're going to begin to connect with other people that struggle with those things, right? You are meant to have this and talk about it so that they can feel like they're not alone. Not only are they not alone, but wow, look at you, so inspirational, brave enough to go on live and talk about your struggle publicly. I've talked about my struggles publicly, and the outpouring of love has been amazing, right? So it's your way to show them that you are a real person, and that's how people will be more open to responding to the look of the day. Oh my gosh, I need to have that palette because you just made it look so amazing. Okay, they're never going to want to buy a palette from you if they don't like you. Okay, so finding a way. And what I would do is write down your 3 things that are your hobbies, right? And then set yourself up on a schedule. Like every morning, I post something inspirational. I start my day because I also believe in the power of the mind. And so I try to get my mind right the first thing I do in the morning. And so I use something inspirational. I post that every day. And it's funny because I wasn't sure if people even cared until I was hashtagging, like I use my hashtags because hashtags help it get more exposure. But I was hashtagging Tuesday wisdom, Tuesday vibes, Tuesday morning, and it was Wednesday. And people were calling me out like, Marie, it's actually Wednesday. And that's how I knew that they were seeing it. They didn't like the post. You know what I mean? Like they commented that I had hashtagged the wrong thing. So that was another indicator that I was connecting with people in a way that I wasn't sure if I was or not. So that's my thing. I always have an inspirational post. I don't even always go live. I only go live, I don't know if you guys seen, like 3 times a week, maybe 4 times a week if I could fit it in my schedule. But I do other things. So like if I go live, then I take a bunch of selfies, right? So then I could use those selfies throughout the week. I could do a selfie that is just the look at the look I created, and then I'll take another selfie and I'll turn that into a black and white, and then I'll put words over it, and guess what? That's my inspirational post for like 3 days from now. And it's another way to get your face out there without it being like, look at me, aren't I so pretty? So and then I use my 3 things that I let people connect with me. I also have my family. I use those. I don't want to say I use my family, but I use my family because there are other moms out there, other soccer moms, other moms that struggle with working a job and their kids and finding balance. And so they can relate to me on that level. You know what I mean? It's another thing that lets them get to know me more. Like I let my kids come in my live. I've even told my 9-year-old, next time you come on my live, make sure you tell people to buy makeup from me. Shameless. I am shameless, right? But people love a cute kid, and I'll never be as cute as he is. So why not put him to work? It's a family business. So, but yeah, really take some time tonight. This is a task that I would like you guys to do. I would like you to take some time to think about who you are and what you want people to know about you, and how you can use who you are to connect with people through your postings, right? And Paige, you and I have talked about this before. You haven't started doing it, but this countdown to kindergarten thing that I talked to you about before is a great idea. Countdown to kindergarten, that baby's off and out. What are we doing today? Countdown to kindergarten. These are our last few weeks together. I want to make this memorable. And then every day post about it. Countdown to kindergarten. Connect with all the other moms sending their kids off to school. Because you know what? They're also going to have a lot of free time now.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what they could fill that free time with?
Makeup.
Boom. All right. So that's really what I wanted to talk about with branding, using Instagram and Facebook. You can also use Pinterest. That's a great way to put your looks up there if that's your thing. I use Pinterest, and I like it because I go to Pinterest when I want ideas for anything. So why not put my face up there? So I use Pinterest. I'm not as regularly. I don't post on Pinterest daily, but after like 2 or 3 weeks, I'll go and upload like all of my recent looks and just like dump them all on there. But yeah, Instagram and Facebook are the 2 places where social media is the most important, and what your post, why where what you're posting is the most important. Did that even make sense? Why what you're posting is so important, right? So don't post mindlessly. Yeah, it's great to throw up a picture of your kid, but is your wording creative in a way that says, like, just all about the business? So like I saw Jennifer Herring, Black Status Jennifer Herring, and she's so creative. If you guys aren't following her, you should, because I love how she is the master of the subtle sale. It is not in your face all the time. She does do looks of the day. She does talk about the products that she likes. But one of the things that she posted like yesterday or something was a picture of her daughter doing like an ugly face, and then a picture of her daughter being like all cute. And it was about being coachable and how she's always looking for people that are coachable, because you might start out as the weird looking one on the left, but if you're coachable, you can be the cute one on the right. And it was just so creative, but subtly selling them on like, oh wow, she would like really teach me stuff, and I'm coachable, right? You see how she did that, how she was planting a seed. It was super creative, and I think she's a genius. I just love her. So she's one to follow if you guys aren't already following her. But yeah, and then that's another great way to find out things to post. Not that you want to like copy and paste word for word what other presenters are doing, but if you see another presenter that does something creative like that, take it, make it, turn it into your own thing. I could do something like that with my kids and talk about being coachable. I mean, I could do that and put my own spin on it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. People ask me all the time, Marie, I'm going to steal this idea. Go for it. Go for it. There's no new ideas. I mean, I might have a new idea, but most of what you see on social media is just a recreation of what somebody else already did. So don't feel like you can't do what other people are doing. All right, so that was pretty much it for branding. I'm very excited about July, and right after that, we've got convention. Woo woo. I got some goodies coming. Can't wait. Do you guys have any questions before we hop off here?
I have questions about hashtagging.
Yes.
I have kind of just started to hashtag my stuff. When you do all your hashtags, do you have like a preset something so that you can just like
Copy and paste?
drop them in there? Yeah.
Yep. I have all my hashtags in my notes. You're not going to be able to see this, but in my notes,
Okay.
I have several bulk hashtags. One group is like for my beauty, and it's like unique presenter, unique products, beauty, makeup addict, and it all has to do with like makeup stuff. And then I have the one for my inspirational post. So I always hashtag the same things like morning mantra, believe in yourself, inspiration, inspirational quotes, like things that apply to what I'm posting about. And then I've got one for food, like anything I make. It's like eating, recipe, food, foodie, love, like that kind of stuff. And then I just go in and I copy and I paste it.
Okay.
So, and I think that that's important too, is that you're using hashtags that apply, because if someone was going to look for a smoky eye, right, and you just hashtagged smoky eye, you're going to come up in the smoky eye hashtag feed. Mm-hmm. And that's what you want, right? So making sure that your hashtags apply. And a good way to do that is go into some of those hashtags and see what other people are posting in there to see if it is your target market.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
And then sometimes I just do funny hashtags. Like today I hashtag my mailman hates me.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's more for comedic value when people see it. Hashtag my mailman hates me. I don't even think there were any posts in that. There might have been like 5. Yeah. And you can only hashtag up to 30 hashtags on an Instagram post. If you hashtag more than 30 hashtags, you will get rejected, and they won't post the post.
Okay.
Just so you guys know.
Okay. That helps, because every time I go to do it, I'm like, what am I forgetting? And I'm like, how does everybody keep track of all these hashtags?
I keep them in my notes.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
And it makes it a lot faster too, because think about if you were trying to hashtag 30 hashtags, how long you'd be sitting there trying to get a post done. Instead, you just swipe over, copy, swipe over, paste.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a feature, if you guys have an iPhone, you guys know that if you double tap, and even on your iPad, Michelle, you know that if you like double tap the button, then you can toggle between the two screens. So you don't have to like close, move over, then open the other thing back. If you double tap, then it allows you to toggle. So then you could go over to that other one, copy, double tap, go over to the other one, and go back. It's just a
Wow.
shortcut that makes it a lot faster, and I'm all about that.
Yeah, me too.
And I use that a lot. And another one is like while your phone's locked, if you swipe up, you can access the camera, so you don't actually have to unlock your phone to take pictures.
Mhm.
So I could be here all day talking about little cheats like that.
Maybe we should do a call about little cheats like that.
All right, next week, same bat time, same bat channel. We'll talk about tech savvy tips and tricks.
I have to agree with the, Jennifer Herring thing too, because she does have a lot of really great ideas, and it's not because of my age, I swear, but she posts so much that I like that I usually, you don't want to copy and paste, but what I do is I copy and paste it, and then I read it. That way it's all there, and I change everything as I go through it. So that's just a little trick that I have. I don't know if anybody else.
Guilty.
Yeah, or even just waiting a few days.
Yeah, I just copy paste it, and then I go through and I change it and make it all my own wording. I use a few of her words, and then that way it's really not like hers, but I don't have to remember it all and post it.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's a great way to do it. For sure.
She is amazing to do.
I do really enjoy following her. And like exactly like why I said that, I like following her because I feel like if I lived closer to her, we would be friends. Right? Because of the way she posts. I feel like I would totally want to go see her new house at Rockfish Farms. I want her to cook me brunch at her new kitchen island. You know what I mean? Like that's exactly.
I want to go feed the chickens.
Well, I want to ride her horses.
That's exactly what it's all about. It's about being a person in a world of cyber stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyone else? Any other questions? All right, my loves, there we are, 30 minutes flat. I did not go over time this week, but I still feel like we got a lot of good information going. I'm super excited for you guys. Let me know, as always, if you have any questions, and until next week.